They're running out of troops that are willing to fight. They're just running out, which is why the military has stated that they aim to double the number of Latino youth in the military in the next 7 years. And they're doing this through really heavy recruiting in Spanish and also targeting people's parents, targeting families.
Stop the next war on Iran, and the only way that we're going to do it is from you people making noise.
I pray for peace and I still against the war. Maybe it's because I never saw the case before. I never learned how to read alone to ignore the necessary but upon the floor. I pray for peace, but I'm feeling kinda nervous when I think about myself, and I think about the service men and women and the bravery. Wonder how they take me, wonder if it's all you get to people what they say to me. Think about the families and everything that they believe. Think about the veterans and everything they gave to me. Or what we took from them by 30 to go out there and make a plan to keep the swords in the plowshare and take a stand to keep the Lord, take a man and keep the Lord.
Alright, first off, just want to say thank you to everyone for coming out here today. Each and every one of you makes a difference, and it's a needed difference. My name's Floyd. I served in Iraq from December 05 to December 06, and early on in my deployment, I realized that we were there for the wrong reasons, and this war was illegal and just wrong. Early on while I was there, you know, talking to some KBR contractors, and just coming to the realization that, you know, I came home with $8,000. They came home with $100,000. And yeah, and I was the one kicking in doors and dropping bombs. You know, this movement is really close to my heart, and right now they're trying to send me back, but I'm trying to get a medical discharge for things that happened to me while in Iraq. But the reality is that a lot of my very close friends are headed back for second, third, fourth, mostly for the third and fourth deployment to Iraq. You know, people with 5-year-old children who have spent 1 year of life with their children and the rest in Iraq. And enough's enough. It needs to stop. It's just wasting time, money, and life, which is the most important thing. You know, and the biggest thing to me right now, being still active duty and having a lot of friends that are going over again, that are coming back, that are being wounded, is that they're not getting the health care they deserve. They're veterans, they didn't have a choice to go, and when they come back, it shouldn't even be a question of them being taken care of.
But there's a lot of people in our organization that believe this criminal occupation and this wrongdoing has started in 1991 in the first Gulf War, Desert Storm. And a lot of people see this as just a continuation of that war. And there's veterans that have come before us. And right now, Iraq Veterans Against the War has opened up an honorary membership to all Gulf War Desert Storm veterans to join our organization. So I'm going to introduce you right now to one of those Gulf War veterans. Like in this war, in that war, women started serving, had more of a participation in the battles there, and even now today, even more women have died in this war than in Vietnam. So I want Heather to come out and introduce herself and say a few words about her experiences and how she feels about this occupation. Heather?
Hi, my name is Heather. I was in Desert Storm. I went in when I was 16. And this war, we need to bring our boys home now. I lost 3 brothers over there. I have a chance to go back into the military, and I might as well just do it. This war here is a joke. We need to bring our boys home.
And women.
We need to bring them home to their families. A lot of the people went over there just doing what they think they were doing is right. Bush needs to get out of office. If we didn't have Bush in office, we wouldn't have this war. Like I said, I went into Desert Storm as a medic. I'm still a medic. And like I said, if I have a chance to go back in as a medic, I will. I just have a baby that's 9 months old. And a lot of people that's been over there has not seen their kids. My brother's been over there since the war started. My sister-in-law just had his baby. He has not seen the little girl. And we buried him 2 weeks ago, and he did not get a chance to see his little girl because of the war. We need to bring our boys home now.
This military is the people's military. It's not George Bush's military.
That's right.
Those serving? They're serving you.
Yes.
They're serving the people of America, and that's who they think they're serving. If we don't stand up and express ourselves, then they're not going to understand what the people's will is. There's many men and women who are serving today that just want to do what America wants them to do. They're honored to serve their country. They're ashamed to be used and abused in this way, to be sent over to a criminal occupation in Iraq for fraudulent causes, which is undermining our ability to protect our country. Ultimately, if all of America doesn't stand up and do something about this, we're doing a disservice to our veterans and to our service members. You know, there's a common belief in America right now that war deserters are cowards and they're not patriots, and it's something that's negative. But, you know, the men and women that I'm meeting, the men and women of the Iraq Veterans Against the War who have resisted this war are patriots to the highest degree. They're willing to sacrifice many a times their friendships, their families, their lives, their freedom, all to hold true to their convictions, all to hold true to their morals, and to have that high ground, that understanding that this occupation in Iraq is wrong. There's many soldiers that are, like my friend Augustin Aguayo, who jumped out of his window while there's MPs in his living room waiting to either take him to jail or take him to Iraq. Can you imagine the fear that he felt in his bedroom while he was packing to go to Iraq, staring out his window, afraid, wondering if there was somebody on the other side, if there was an America that would embrace him for doing what was right. We've got to be there. We've got to be on the other side of that window to embrace these veterans when they make that conscious choice. Somebody witnesses be a conscientious objector get out of the military, and they say, no, you can't. You're not a conscientious objector. Why would you have gone to war? That's ridiculous. If we don't stand up for our war resistors in this country, then we're saying that this war is okay.
No.
There's a time the American veterans and service members are making the sacrifice to go to this war and fight it. We're also trying to make the sacrifice to end this war. We've got to ask all the American people who aren't here what they're willing to sacrifice to end this war and do what's right for our country. And only after all peaceful solutions have been exhausted to a conflict do we resort to military action. Let's live up to the potential that America can be, and stop degrading down to these morals and these standards of, oh, well, Saddam was worse, so why should we lower our standards to that? Why don't we live up to the potential of America, take charge of our military, take charge of our country, hold our government accountable, and end this war in Iraq?
No war for oil.
U.S. out of Iraq!
No war for oil.
U.S. out of Iraq!
That's what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show us what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show us what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.